Welcome to a spine-chilling journey through the pages of horror stories that have leapt off the paper and into our nightmares. We'll be digging into the darkest corners of our minds, where fiction blurs with reality and the monsters under the bed become all too real. We're talking about those chilling tales that send shivers down your spine, the ones that make you double-check the locks and sleep with the lights on. Stories whispered around campfires and passed down through generations, stories that have seeped into our collective consciousness, blurring the line between fantasy and fear. These are the 10 horrors from stories that came to life. He lurks in the shadows, a creature born from the pages of a children's book. But the Babadook is no figment of a child's imagination. He is a manifestation of grief, a sinister entity that preys on the vulnerable, whispering his name from the shadows. Babadook, Dook, Dook. The Babadook is a stark reminder that even the most innocent of stories can harbor darkness, and that sometimes the monsters parents warn their children about are all too real. This chilling tale, stemming from the 2014 psychological horror film, transcended the screen and seeped into reality. Reports of a shadowy figure resembling the storybook illustration began to surface. Was it mass hysteria? Or had the Babadook truly crossed over, a terrifying testament to the power of our deepest fears? He emerges from the darkest corners of the internet, a faceless horror in a black suit, his long, slender arms reaching out from the darkness. Slender Man, a creature born from online folklore, quickly spread like wildfire. His image appearing in creepypastas, images and videos, his story a chilling blend of fiction and fear. But what began as an online phenomenon soon took a sinister turn, blurring the lines between fantasy and reality. In 2014, two 12-year-old girls in Wisconsin lured a friend into the woods and stabbed her 19 times, claiming they were acting on behalf of Slender Man. This horrific act sent shockwaves through the nation, raising questions about the influence of internet horror and the dark side of online culture. Slender Man, though fictional, became a symbol of the very real dangers lurking in the digital shadows. A grainy videotape, a haunting melody, and a chilling prophecy. 7 days. The Ring, a remake of the Japanese horror classic Ring, tapped into our primal fear of the unknown, the unseen. The premise is simple yet terrifying. Watch a cursed videotape and you unleash a vengeful spirit that will claim your life within a week. The imagery from the film, the long black hair, the ghostly figure crawling out of the television became the stuff of nightmares. But the horror of The Ring extends beyond the screen. The film sparked a wave of real-life anxieties about cursed objects and the power of suggestion. People reported feeling uneasy watching static on their televisions, fearing Samara's ghostly image might emerge. The line between fiction and reality, once clear, had become blurred. Chapter 4. Dracula. He is the quintessential vampire, a creature of the night who has haunted our imaginations for centuries. Bram Stoker's Dracula, published in 1897, unleashed a monster that transcended literature and became a cultural phenomenon. The image of Dracula, the pale skin, the piercing red eyes, the sharp fangs, has become synonymous with vampirism, but Dracula's influence extends beyond his iconic appearance. The novel tapped into our deepest fears, the fear of darkness, the fear of the unknown, the fear of death itself. Dracula's legacy is undeniable. From films to television shows to countless literary adaptations, the Count has continued to captivate and terrify audiences for generations. His story reminds us that some monsters never truly die, they simply evolve, their legend enduring through the ages. Chapter 5. Pennywise. He is every child's worst nightmare, a shape-shifting entity that preys on their deepest fears. Pennywise, the demonic clown from Stephen King's It, is a monster that lives in the sewers, but his true home is our imagination. Pennywise embodies the fear of the unknown, the things that go bump in the night, the terrors that lurk in the shadows. His terrifying grin, his piercing yellow eyes, his chilling laugh. These are the things that nightmares are made of. King's novel and its subsequent adaptations have cemented Pennywise's place in the Horror Hall of Fame. He is a reminder that evil can take many forms, even that of a seemingly harmless clown. And perhaps the most terrifying aspect of Pennywise is his ability to tap into our deepest fears, to become the embodiment of our darkest nightmares. Chapter 6, The Blair Witch. Lost in the woods, haunted by an unseen presence, 3 student filmmakers vanished without a trace. The Blair Witch Project, released in 1999, sent shockwaves through the horror genre with its found footage style and chillingly realistic portrayal of a group of friends terrorized by an ancient evil. The film's marketing campaign was a stroke of genius, blurring the lines between fiction and reality and fueling the legend of the Blair Witch. Websites, news reports, and missing person flyers all contributed to the illusion that the events depicted in the film were real. The Blair Witch Project tapped into our primal fear of the unknown, the darkness that lurks just beyond the campfire's light. It reminded us that some legends are best left undisturbed, and that some forests hold secrets best left undiscovered. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. He stalks our dreams, a disfigured boogeyman with a razor-sharp glove and a thirst for vengeance. Freddy Krueger, the brainchild of horror maestro Wes Craven, is a monster that transcends the screen and invades our subconscious. A Nightmare on Elm Street, released in 1984, introduced us to Freddy and his nightmarish world, a place where dreams become deadly and the only escape is to stay awake. Freddy's burned face, his striped sweater and his haunting laugh have become iconic symbols of horror. But Freddy is more than just a monster. He is a manifestation of our deepest fears, a reminder that even in the supposed safety of our own minds, we are not truly safe. His legacy is a testament to the power of nightmares and the enduring appeal of horror that gets under our skin and stays with us long after the credits have rolled. Beware the name whispered 5 times in the mirror. The Candyman, a vengeful spirit with a hook for a hand and a taste for souls, is a monster born from urban legend and fueled by our fascination with the taboo. The 1992 film, based on Clive Barker's short story The Forbidden, introduced us to the legend of their Candyman, a former slave who was brutally murdered for loving a white woman. He is a symbol of racial injustice and the enduring power of fear and superstition. The Candyman is a reminder that some stories are best left untold, some doors best left unopened. His legacy is a chilling blend of horror and social commentary, a monster that reflects the darkness that exists both within ourselves and in the world around us. The Power of Christ compels you. The Exorcist, released in 1973, shocked audiences with its graphic depiction of demonic possession and the battle between good and evil. The film, based on William Peter Blatty's novel, tells the story of Regan, a young girl who becomes possessed by a malevolent entity. The Exorcist tapped into our primal fear of the unknown, the darkness that lurks beyond our understanding. The film's disturbing imagery, the crucifix scene, the head spinning, the projectile vomiting became the stuff of nightmares. But The Exorcist is more than just a horror film. It's a story about faith, family, and the struggle to overcome even the most terrifying of demons. Its legacy is a testament to the power of belief and the enduring fascination with the supernatural. A harbinger of doom, a creature of the night, the Mothman has haunted West Virginia folklore for decades. With glowing red eyes and wings that span 10 feet, the Mothman is more than just a cryptid. It's a symbol of our anxieties about the unknown and the unsettling feeling that something is watching us from the shadows. The legend of the Mothman gained national attention in the 1960s after a series of sightings in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Witnesses described a large, winged creature with glowing red eyes, often seen near the site of the Silver Bridge collapse in 1967. Was the Mothman a harbinger of disaster, a supernatural entity drawn to tragedy, or simply a case of mass hysteria? Whatever the explanation, the legend of the Mothman continues to captivate and terrify, a reminder that some mysteries are best left unsolved. From the pages of books to the flickering screens of our devices, these stories have seeped into our collective consciousness, blurring the line between fantasy and fear. They remind us that sometimes the most terrifying monsters are the ones that step out of our imaginations and into our reality, or perhaps they were always there, lurking in the shadows, waiting for the right moment to reveal themselves. These tales serve as a chilling reminder that the world is full of mysteries and some things are best left unexplained. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more spine-tingling content. Sleep tight if you dare.